We're down to one Spaniard, one flamenco dancer, and two Italians today on Barber Dave's Shaves and Such. Good morning, everybody, from the pre-dawn den of Barber Dave. It's about 6 something. It started out about 5:30. It's probably 6:20. I'm on my first cup of coffee, so I apologize. Two things. First of all, www.theshavingcadre.com. Come see us. Up here at Drinks and Dave's. Come see us Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, our Thanksgiving show. Secondly, I want to address a couple of things from yesterday. During my tirade or my diatribe, however you want to call it, depending on what internet trolls are circling the channel, I said Swiss steel. That was meant to say Swedish steel, but they both have an S in it. And if you say Swiss and Swedish, they kind of go together. That's the excuse I'm using, and I'm sticking with it. Too bad. Secondly, I did have a comment talking about the Italians and the Spaniards. Yes, indeed, I would agree that the Philharmonicas are made in Spain, but I never said razors made in. And the two Italians, being the Leonardo da Vinci and the Galileo Galilei, yes, they are not Italian-made razors. They are razors that were made for Saponificio Veracino, which they are branded under, which is an Italian-based company. So, you know, when I say two Italians, it's very light. Understand my channel, guys. I'm very easygoing, fly by the seat of my pants type thing. It's supposed to be fun, not always technically perfect. So the Saponificio Veracino Leonardo da Vinci was created by Ulrecht at Korat Razors in Austria. But again, for Saponificio Veracino, and the name being Leonardo da Vinci. The Galileo Galilei was made by Thierse Izzard in France, but again, made for Saponificio Veracino. So understand that I never said the razors were made in Italy. Just two Italians. All I said was two Spaniards, two Italians, and a flamenco dancer. And I must say that on the flamenco dancer, just as a thing, it's not a real flamenco dancer. It's just a relief. So anyways, take that in the jest that it's made for anybody who commented on that. Okay, so we're at day 2. It's very, very, very early in the morning. In fact, it's still dark outside, but I've got a lot of stuff to do today. So this video probably will not be posted till later this afternoon. What are we using today? Well, we're on the second Spaniard, and that's right, the Philly 13. This thing is in... It's not NOS, but it is about as close to NOS as possible. It is a Doble Temple, JMP, Jose Montserrat Pou. It is one of the greatest razors, period. Although I love the 12, this one's probably my favorite. And this was purchased and honed and restored by Lukey3262 Matt. Okay, so, and for the soap today, we're going to stay in the Mediterranean. And we're using Sterling Mediterranean Man. Now, I don't have the aftershave for this. I do have the EDP. So we're going to bring out something because, as you can see, the theme is blue. The brush is the Sorrentino glow-in-the-dark Barzini. And then we're sticking with the blue, with the old favorite, Aqua Velva Ice Blue in the original decanter. And then, of course, for the EDP Mediterranean Man, which is a take on a very, very nice Creed fragrance. So let's get started. Sterling soaps, as anybody who's been in the shaving game for a long time, is one of the finest soaps out there. Easy to lather, beautifully strong scents, and a lot of them. I don't think, come to think about it, I don't think anybody, any soap maker, and this includes the top tier soap makers and so forth, have the library that Rod has at Sterling. Also, from a business standpoint, I would like to thank Rod and Mandy for being retail artists and supporters of the shaving cadre. We certainly do appreciate it. But they have just wonderful, wonderful fragrances. And they got everything. They got bath soap. They've got shaving soap. They've got, I think they have shampoo bars. They have razors, coffee, aftershave balms, aftershave lotions. I'm not sure if they have shower gels yet, but I'm sure that's coming. But they've got everything you need. And if there is not a scent that you can find at Sterling, chances are you ain't going to be able to find the scent. So, but yeah, it's a wonderful soap. Definitely top tier. One of their most popular this year, and as is in every year when we get close to the holidays, is Christmas Eve. In fact, my good buddy Nurse Dave posted a picture the other day, and I think he had like half a case. Anyway, let's see what the 13 does today. Unlike the Philly 12, this Doughboy Temple is a round point. So a little bit easier to manage around the face. This one has been stropped 25 and 50 and then taken across the super curve or convex strop as well. I converted a number of my razors to that, and it's not bad. A little bit harsh. I'm not harsh, but this one's a little bit more keen than the 12. And it's still full hollow. And this one is a huge singer. You can hear it on the face, number one, but while stropping, if you get it just right, the resonance between the leather and the blade, and if you get the blade angle just right on the strop, it'll literally start ringing like a bell, and it's loud. I'll have to demonstrate that one of these days. And again, just showing how good the Spanish steel is. And again, the Swedish steel is good as well. Those are my two favorites. But again, the Spanish steel, just a little bit softer, a little bit more forgiving. Now, that's not to say that just because the steel is a bit softer and a little bit forgiving, that you can't Sweeney Todd yourself, because you can. And I think overall, the one thing you have to take into consideration when you're considering starting straight shaving is that you have to resign yourself into the fact that there will come a time where you will nick yourself, or there'll come a time where you will slice yourself, or there'll come a time that you will give yourself a pretty good injury. It's going to happen. But rather than being scared of it, you kind of have to embrace the train wreck, so to speak, and learn from it. You know, were you not paying attention? Were you being complacent? Was it just something, and this happens a lot, was it something on your face? Did you just have a follicle that was a little pissed off? Did you not hydrate your face enough? Did you not make sure you worked the lather into your face to make sure that your sebaceous glands were releasing the oil and softening the hair before you shave? A lot of factors. You know, one of the ones that I see a lot is that a lot of people will use a pre-shave. And pre-shaves are great as long as you do what's like, for instance, the Parasso pre-shave. A lot of people will put that on your face, let it sit, and then put or lather over the top of it. Well, unfortunately, the slickness, there's not emollients in that, because what that's meant to do is to expose your face to menthol, but it's meant to be used with a steamed towel. And what the steamed towel does is swell the capillaries around your face, thus giving you a shaving surface that's a little bit softer. However, if all you do is put the pre-shave on your face and just let it sit there, it's not going to have the effect that it's supposed to have, and actually it can actually hamper, or hinder rather, the soap that you put on your face to shave with. So if you are going to do a pre-shave, the best one in the world is just making sure that you've hydrated your face with a very good shower soap or facial soap if you don't do that. Or if you are going to use a pre-shave, that's all fine and dandy. It's your shave. But make sure you do it right and use a hot towel before, and then once you use that hot towel, wipe that pre-shave off your face with, because it'll steam with the hot towel and it'll remove most of it, and most of it will absorb into your skin. But once you do that, make sure you wipe off any excess, and then add your shave soap from there. Because if you don't, the performance of your shave soap is not going to be enhanced. Now, again, that is my opinion as a master barber. I've tried probably every pre-shave on the planet, both on myself and on clients. And the only pre-shave that I found that's worth its salt is the Parasso. But that being said, when I do a shave in the shop, the first thing I do is I've got a very, very good shaving or facial soap that I use on the client. And believe it or not, it's a beard shampoo. It works great. It's made by Duke Cannon. And I'll wash and hydrate the face with very, very hot water, and then put the Parasso pre-shave and I rub it deep into the skin, and then follow it with a hot towel. And our hot towels are about 190 degrees. And I'll let that steam for 2 to 3 minutes. And then also while that's happening, I have a facial steamer that I'm going to start using soon here that will actually keep the steam going on the towel while that's all happening. And then once I take the steam towel off, then I apply the lather. And whether that be lather from my lather machine or Ombre is one of my soaps, depending on the level of service the client has. And that's really the only way that I'll use a pre-shave. Other than that, there are some clients that don't need a pre-shave, because the pre-shave really is to help soften the beard. And most people have mild to medium coarseness as far as beards, but there's a few that have really coarse beards, and I will use that pre-shave to assist. But nothing is going to soften the beard as much as the agitation that you get when you're taking a shave brush and pushing that lather into the follicles to get the sebaceous glands to go crazy. That's really what's going to help more than anything else. Okay, beautiful shave. I was a little heavy-handed, I think. Yeah, I can feel it with the alum, because, you know, and maybe I should have started at the 14 and worked backwards. Because the 13 is a much heavier razor than the 12, and the 14, of course, is heavier than the 13. So we'll see how that goes on day 5, because we're going to move to the Italians tomorrow. Oh, also, somebody else said on a previous video, in fact, one of my older videos, had asked why I apply my EDPs a certain way. And we're going to go over that in just a minute as to why. Because the body has specific heat points. And we're going to use, continuing with the lavender, the Thayer's lavender for the witch hazel. And, you know, people have also asked, why do you use alum? Why do you use witch hazel? Well, just like in the shop, and I use quite a bit more stuff post-shave, shaving is an injury. I mean, you are abrading the skin, and you're also removing a bunch of that moisture, because remember, the sebaceous glands put all that oil, all that moisture out, and you're stripping it. And so you need to re-moisturize. So in the shop, I'll use a combination of witch hazel, aftershave balm, actually 2 aftershave balms, and then, of course, the aftershave itself. And all of those are followed with towel to make sure that you're just really re-moisturizing your face. Because really, when you're done, your face should feel not wet, but it should feel plump. It should feel smooth, and that's by adding all that moisture back in. Because if not, you know, some people said, oh, you know, I shave so good, my face is tight. Your face should never be tight after you shave, because what that means is your skin is constricted because it's looking for moisture, and you don't want that. Nothing like that. Because the question was, well, Dave, we see how you apply aftershave, which is just, you know, on your face. And you know what? If you haven't got Aqua Velva, you got to add it to your stable. I don't know. I don't think there's probably a shaver on the planet that doesn't have Aqua Velva in their den, and they should, because it's just wonderful. It's fresh. It's got a little bit of menthol in it. And if you can find it, and now unfortunately this is not the original juice, but if you can find the original bottle, it's pretty cool as well. Okay, what did we forget today? We're going to stick with the Yardley Gold for the top today, because it's got that Mediterranean feel, which Mediterranean man does. I think it's Creed Eurolfa that is the Mediterranean man. I may be wrong there, so don't quote me on that. And since we're going to talk about how to put on the EDP or EDT, I've said this ad nauseum. The talc finishes the shave because as you're remoisturizing, your skin has a tendency to mix with the sebum, and it can add some oils, which means that down the road you get shiny reflective face, or what I call Tin Man face. What the talc does is it finishes the shave. It also helps with any abrasions or any irritation that you may have. Plus, it makes your face feel great. Why wouldn't you want that? Okay, so with the EDP, now this is Mediterranean Man EDP. I will, do it behind my neck and on my chest. I do a little bit more than most, but you have heat points. The heat points are, where you feel your pulse points. So you've got your wrist here, but there also heat points are on the crease of your elbow itself, the creases on your legs, and your ear, behind your ear, and your temple points. That's why I put that there. And you don't want to rub this in. I mean, you want this to mix with your natural chemistry and project kind of an umbrella of, of where you want that smell to be. So that's why I use it on my fingers. I mean, you could just spray your whole face, which, why not? I got nothing to do today. And that's it. So that's the shave, guys. I certainly appreciate you joining us on a Tuesday. It's still dark out. Like I said, this will probably go out later this afternoon. I hope I've answered any questions. Apologized for my mistakes and anything else. So I hope everybody has a wonderful Monday. If you're off for the week, congratulations. If you have to work today, sorry, but you only have to make it through Wednesday, and then you probably have the weekend off. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. Join us tomorrow for Italian #1 on Barber Dave Shaves and such. I'm Dave, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Have a great day.